All right, man. Let's talk about the Lions' 20-16 loss to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Better late than never. A long, long week for your boys. So bear with me. Hopefully, I can get to a live and get a little bit more of the stats and stuff, whatever. But I mean, what I seen was just bad coaching today. I feel like the pass interference clause on Tyrion is some bull job, to be honest. That one wasn't no pass interference, man. And then we had a similar play from last week where the Buccaneer guy didn't get his head around and they didn't call pass interference. It's just inconsistent. And, that's one thing about college. College, you can be a lot more physical with receivers. In football, they want them to score more points. So you can't be as handsy as physical, especially past 5 yards. And then we had the pass interference that was on Jameson Williams early in the game as well too, that they missed and called. They missed some calls today, and today the NFL was a bunch of upsets. New Orleans upset Dallas, and you had the Vikings upset Tampa. It's one of them days where you figure that it's a setup. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like Detroit was almost a touchdown favorite. I think 6.5 favorite to win, and a lot. Vegas had to get some of their money back, and that's how they operate. But my pet peeve was I think they ran the ball 25 times between David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs. 24, 13 touches 13 touches out the backfield or carries for Montgomery. 13 for Jahmyr Gibbs, 11 for Montgomery. I feel like they didn't run the ball enough. I think Goff dropped back 55 times. So I think Goff dropped back 55 times, which is ridiculous to have Jared Goff throw the ball 55 times early in the game. They just didn't even try to run the football early on. They tried everything but running the football. They tried screens. They tried, digs. They tried, corner routes. They tried everything but running the football. And you see this Lion offense starting to struggle when they can't get the ball to Sam Laporta. And one of the reasons they can't get the ball to Sam Laporta is because they don't have another reliable receiver. Shout out to Tim Patrick for catching his first ball in 2 seasons. But yeah, they can't get the ball to Laporta because people keying in on him, and they don't have another receiver where people tend to respect. So that's where being cheap and being being a day late, dollar short is what I like to call Brad Holmes. A day late, dollar short, and not going out there and get a respectable receiver on the outside is hurting them. It's hurting them. So at the end of the day, they should be running the ball with more commitment. The Bucs couldn't run the ball. The Lions had success running the ball. I think Gibbs had 80-some yards running the ball. Why not line up? You see it's not your day. You see he threw the interception early on. Why not line up and run the football? Ben Johnson doing too much. Throw to open up the run, and just run the fucking football, dude. Excuse my language. Baker Mayfield threw for 185. Chris Godwin, had 117 of those. They did a great job on Auden. They did a great job on Mike Evans and everybody else who was out there pass catching, even the backs out the backfield. Aiden Hutchinson had 3 sacks in the first quarter, 4.5 for the game, or 3.5 in the first quarter, whatever it was. And, quite frankly, man, the back end held up pretty well. Carlton Davis got cooked by Chris Godwin, a lot. But, Tyrion held up against Mike Evans. They did a good job to get the backs out the backfield, the other receivers, the tight ends. So the only problem they really was having was Chris Godwin, and they was like, we're gonna let Godwin beat us. They let Godwin pretty much beat us. Baker only had 185. Baker didn't really cook them like that. The defense held them to 20 points, and a lot out of those 20 points, Goff turned the ball over a couple times. It was a bad pass interference. It was the mishap before the half, where they was getting ready to. Goff just made a lot of mental errors today. You threw the ball in the middle of the field. Why? You don't have no timeouts left. Why throw the ball in the middle of the field? Throw outside the hashes. Or throw the ball away and live. But nope. They threw the ball over the middle of the field. St. Brown had to get his yak. And then they was spiking it. Then the field goal team was jumping on the field. So they was supposed to spike it. The field goal unit was already there. So time run off. That was 3 points right there. So, Goff made another timely interception. At the end of the day, Goff dropping back 55 times is not the recipe for success. I think the recipe for success for them is to get back, especially without that extra receiver. And Tim Patrick looked pretty promising, to be honest. Even the one he didn't catch on the sideline. But the recipe is run the ball. If it's 15 times to Montgomery, 15 times to Gibbs, they getting they back some touches, in the passing game or whatever. Whatever it may be, run the damn football. The defense is doing the job. Like it or not, Godwin got off. They did that fake screen wheel route, and that was a big play. But quite frankly, defense, they got to get a better job of getting Baker on the ground. But we know how hard it is because you got to hit the quarterback in certain strike zone. Then on top of that, there was some turnovers there. And on top of that, they just threw the ball entirely too much. How about, use the best offensive line in football to run the ball? That's what I didn't like about Ben Johnson last year. He throwing the ball too damn much. Run the ball. You don't got Matthew Stafford. I hate to break it to you. You don't have C.J. Stroud. You got Goff. He got Goff. And is it a shocker that he started throwing the ball trash when he get paid? That's just the way it go. He got married too, so. But the defense, I told y'all, don't be surprised if the defense was to carry them. Holding a team to 20 points in the National Football League, especially when you got 2 turnovers, especially when you had a bad pass interference call that got them to the one you held them to a field goal, especially when your offense can't get into the red zone, your quarterback turning the ball over. And on the interception, I think the interception might have came on the play to Jameson Williams, one of them, where he was running the end route. Or was it a post, whatever it was, like an end route. I mean, it's just to the point where, these are the games you can't lose. And right now, offensively, they got some questions to be answered. They still struggling in the third quarter. They got some questions to be answered. They got a lot of questions to be answered, to be honest. They got a lot of questions to be answered. Real talk. Tremendous amount of questions to be answered. So, with that being said, man, get back to running the football. That's the basics. That's the basics. Get back to running the football. Run. That's what they should be doing. Everything should be coming off the run. Screens, play actions. That'll make Jameson Williams that much deeper. That'll make Jameson Williams that much, deadlier. Run the football. Defensively, just find a way to get the quarterbacks on the ground the best y'all can. Terry on to figure out, you can't play defense on these receivers. They want them to score 1,000 points a game and all that other shit. So he'll figure that out. But this was a game they shouldn't have lost. This is a game that Ben Johnson should have just figured out. Let me run the football. Run the football. That's what he should have did. He getting too cute trying to pass it. And Laporta wasn't there. St. Brown has someone with a bounce back game. J-Mo seemed to be one of the more consistent guys out there. But he going to have to figure something out. Because you seeing how important Josh Reynolds was to this offense. So they got to figure something out. And I think the number one thing is just line up and run the football. Defensively, they getting after it. They trying. They held them to 20 points. You expect the Lions to at least score 27 points. But how everybody was saying how explosive this offense was, it's not. It's not explosive. It's not potent. It's not great. It's not consistent unless they run the football. And if they're not going to run the football and Goff going to drop back 50 times a game, I'm telling you this right now. There's going to be a lot of people calling for Hendon Hooker. There's going to be a lot of people calling for Jared Goff's job. There's going to be a lot of people. You're going to be a lot of people ready for the draft pretty soon. You can't do that. Go out there. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Get your best run plays. Play action off the run, and that'll be my advice. Everything else is secondary. That's what I would say. Everything else is secondary. Run. But it was disappointing, and I heard somebody got deleted downtown too. They were showing The guy's melon splitting open on social media, unfortunately. So prayers go out to his family. But yeah, like I continue to say, man, um, the defense. I'm telling y'all, defense gonna carry them early in the season, man. Because right now, I knew teams was gonna say, you know what, take away Laporta and the Myra in the middle of the field. J-Mo doing what he supposed to do, but Ben Johnson not doing what he supposed to do. Run the fucking football. That's it. Run the football. That's not hard. Run the football. It's not rocket science. That's what you're good at. Find creative ways to run the football. That's it. You got this man dropping back 55 pounds. And at first, I think that first interception was on J-Mo where he got pass interference. So be it. They was coming out throwing every time. Throwing. Run the football, cuz. Then they seen Tampa start getting jiggy with the screen. They wanted to be a screen team, man. Line up, 11, 12 personnel, hat on the hat. Let's line this shit up. That's what we doing. We gonna ram it right down your throat. No diddy, pause, all that stuff. That's what we supposed to be doing. Smash mouth football. Let's not get back into this cute, high-flying, score a bunch of points team. Yeah, we can do that once we run into football. So let's get back to basics. But like I said before, I'm never comfortable with the Lions and saying die with SOL until it's officially dead. And it's not. But hey, check out Detroit Lions post-game reaction playlist. Hit the link tree. Find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313. Appreciate the love and support. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. I appreciate y'all for supporting me, supporting the channel. Check out Detroit Lions post-game reaction playlist, Detroit Lions talk playlist.